Hey, what's up, guys? This is Coach Tex Rember, DFW Penguin Basketball, Penguinhoops.com. Guys, before we even get started, man, I want you guys, if you get anything from this video at all, feel free to share it, like it, comment, subscribe, man. If you have any family members or anyone in your family, friends, coworkers that have kids playing youth sports, all of the videos that I have will be very, very helpful in guiding those children in the right direction in sports. I'm really big on sports psychology. I'm really big on helping other people out with the knowledge that I have gained from my 12 years of doing youth sports and 15 years of coaching. And guys, just feel free to share this, man. It does nothing but help the channel grow. Like the video, and tell a friend about it. But today I'm going to talk about super competitive parents. Okay, the competitive parent. Now, this video stems from me talking to someone that works at the gym that I do a lot of my training at, and she told me about a situation where these 8 different groups of parents, 4 were on one side, 4 were on the other side, and they had a game where the parents were getting into it because of the game, and she couldn't understand why. And I broke it down to her within 5 minutes of me talking to her, maybe even less than that, of why these parents. Once she told me that these parents, all of their kids go to the same school, and they're all in, I guess they're in the PTA and stuff. They're on totally different sides, and one of the main reasons is parents are competitive with their children. It's another way for people naturally to be competitive is by doing it through their kids. But I want to get into about 6 different reasons why this happened. And guys, listen, maybe you're not a competitive parent. Maybe you don't realize that you're being competitive with your kids, but a lot of times you are. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with doing that and being that way, but you just don't want to take it to the extreme where it hinders your kid from moving forward and you get too wrapped up in it. All right, so I'm going to talk about these things, and a lot of this stuff is common knowledge, and it may not be common knowledge, so you may not even realize that you're doing some of the stuff that I talk about in my videos, but we're going to talk about it today. Number one, competitive parents and parents, period, do not realize at all sometimes that they are being competitive with other parents, of their school team, their kids' football team, basketball team, baseball team, any of that stuff, because you just naturally want to do the best for your kid. You don't even realize what you're doing. Okay, you don't realize that you're being competitive. You don't realize that you're trying to live up to the standards of other parents and stuff. Because you just want the best for your kid, and you see someone else doing something well with their kid, and you're like, oh, I can do that with mine. I know my kid can do better than that. I know my kid can do better than what they're already doing. I know I can make my kid do the same thing that this other kid or this other parent has their kid doing, and I want to do it too, and I want to do it better. So sometimes you just don't even realize it, okay? And you're just doing it. All right, number 2, okay? Parents that play sports a lot of times, okay, their lives are already set, right? They've already done stuff playing sports, or just the parent has already, they already picked their career path, right? And they see that the kid is passionate about something. So they start to live through their kid and want them to do better and kick everyone else's kids' butt in whatever they're doing, whether it be soccer, whether it be playing the piano, whether it be saxophone, whether it be arts and crafts, whatever you had them doing, karate, okay? You live through your kids and you want to provide them with the best thing possible. And you start to be competitive, If you know that Bobby, Robert's son Bobby, that's a bad word pick, but Robert's son Bobby is doing all these extra things for karate to get himself like, man, how is he kicking so high? How is his kick to the chin so hard and swift? I want my son Mike to be able to do that quick, hard, swift kick during competitions. Well, guess what? You find out what Robert's son is doing, Bobby. He's doing all these extra workouts, and you say, you know what? I need to pick this up too. I need to pick this up for my kid too. and get them to do that. So you start to do that. You start living through your kids, and you want to be competitive through your kids. All right, number 3, which is really big. You rate your value as a parent based on your kid's performance in sports or in school or whatever. It's like, if my kid is failing at math and everyone else that I know around me, their kids are doing well in math, you say, oh man, I'm not doing something right. I need to do something better. I can't have my kid behind them. Ashley's son Micah is just really doing well in math, and they keep talking about it every time we have poker night at my house. My son is struggling. All I keep talking about at poker night is how my son is struggling at math, and she's talking about everything that he's doing well in math, and you're like, oh man, I must be really doing a bad job being a parent, which you're really not. A lot of parents don't realize that everyone's learning curve is different. Their kid's learning curve is different. Every kid is not going to be great at everything, and they're going to take time learning stuff at different paces, and that's fine. But you don't want to get caught up in rating yourself as a parent based on what other kids are doing, what other families are doing, Number 4, one of the big things why parents do this is social media. Like, you go on Facebook right now, all people do all day is post. If you have children, and especially if your child is one of the main vocal points in your life, you start to look at other people's social media and see, oh, Bobby won these medals, and his team won a championship in the soccer championship, and my son's team is not winning, and he's playing bad. You start to rate that and see, oh, okay, well, all these other people are doing all this other stuff, and my son's not doing it. My daughter's not doing it. And it kind of gets to you. And it even gets to me sometimes. I used to let it bother me when I see some of these trainers, I train basketball guys, doing all this great stuff. I'm like, I can do better than that. But I'm like, no, at the end of the day, I'm comfortable in my own skin and doing what I'm doing. Like, I talk about this all the time. Like, I could be some super AAU, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour coach, and I have all these traveling teams and stuff, but that's not my real passion in life. Other people that I know that do sports, which I grew up around, basketball. I have a basketball background. A lot of my friends do a lot of basketball coaching and training. And you could easily get caught up in, you see your friend doing all this stuff. He's working out some pro or some guy that plays in the NBA or some guy that plays overseas or something like that. You're like, man, you know what? I'm a better trainer than him. I need to step my game up. But at the end of the day, a lot of times it's a lot of underlying things that have nothing to do with it. And, when I started realizing that a lot of these trainers I know, they're just training these guys to look good. A lot of these guys that are trainers, they just rebounders. They're not really teaching this pro how to get better. They're not really teaching this high-level high school kid that's a 5-star player, that's a Division I high major player that's going to Kentucky or going to UT, Texas, or something like that. They're not really teaching them anything to get better. They're just rebounding and passing the ball. But it looks good on Instagram, and they have 1 million followers. That's not my thing. I'm about teaching guys. So if you get caught up in the social media stuff, you're really going to be in your feelings about stuff, what other people do. And that's what a lot of parents do. They see their friends, kids doing a lot of different things, and they're trying to measure up. And that's not how you should live your life as a parent. Don't worry about that stuff. Okay? With social media, number 5, if you're not keeping up with what other people are doing, you feel left out. So if you have 3 friends that you went to college with, and all their daughters are doing gymnastics and cheerleading, and your daughter's not, and let's say your daughter's into arts and crafts, and you were used to be a cheerleader, right? With all these other 4 or 5 people that are in cheerleading, their kids are now in cheerleading. You feel left out, right? Your natural instinct is like, oh, I really wish that Sarah did cheering and gymnastics and tumbling. Okay, you naturally say, oh man, you know what? Man, every time I get on Facebook or Instagram, all my old cheerleading buddies, all of their daughters are doing gymnastics. My daughter's doing arts and crafts. I hate arts and crafts. I hate going to these classes. I hate buying these paintbrushes. But at the end of the day, You know, this is what your kid wants to do. And you shouldn't feel bad about that at all. You know, every kid is different. You know, right now, if I have a son or a daughter and they don't want to play basketball, I'm cool. You know, I don't want my kid to do something they're not passionate about if I do have one. If they don't like basketball, they don't like basketball. It's not going to change me from liking basketball. And, you know, of course, I'm going to try to suggest them playing every now and then, but I'm not going to feel bad because they don't want to do or go down a path that I went down. And number 6 is parents are just natural competitors, man. People are just naturally competitive. You see this picture right here of all these parents. I don't know if it's some type of relay race, dad, mom race or something like that. But you see these kids, they don't want to be pulled. They don't want to. All these parents are running. They have human adult bodies, and they're trying to get their 7, 8-year-old, 5-year-old to run as fast as them. Okay? Because they're competitive. They want to be able to say, at the end of the day, when they get done with this race and they go have a beer at the bar with some of these guys they're doing this race with. Hey, my son, your son came in 50th place. My son came in 10th. I'm better than you. Now buy me a shot, okay? You know? It doesn't really happen. So I don't want you guys to get caught up in this stuff. And maybe this is not something that you're thinking about, but maybe I'm just putting it on your mind by making this video, parents. And like I said, I'm not taking any shots at anyone, but I'm just bringing this to you guys' mind. Guys, this is pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys later.